Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and tonight we're gonna do another late night get ready with me video. I thought tonight I'm gonna pull out some of my Tarte products that I've either wanted to play with or some that are actually new. I recently got this super cute Tarte palette. I love sea turtles. It is one of my favorite things in nature. I think it is the most adorable thing, and it's got water in this, and so it's just a fun, it sold me. The packaging just sold me, and this is a kind of cool palette. It's the Rainforest of the Sea palette, and it's got a lot of interesting shades. There's some neutrals, you've got some blues. I'm actually going to do a super boring neutral look tonight because that's just what I'm in the mood for, but I definitely will be back and we will play with these fun blue colors when I'm feeling a little bit more brave. Also, I've got the Tarte Bada Boom. This is one of their newer moisturizers, and I've actually been playing with it, and it's pretty decent. So I'm going to use that tonight. And then for foundation, I do have the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. Now, this I have used before. It is not my exact shade. It is actually leans slightly yellow, so I already know that, but I can't remember if I like the finish on this or not, so I'm gonna bust it out again. Y'all know I love my Shape Tape, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this, guys, has kind of like a creamy consistency to it. It's a little bit thicker than their other moisturizer, which is I have it right here. It's a little bit thicker than this little guy, and this is their Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost. I kind of like this one a little bit though if you're kind of wanting a little bit more of a thicker cream. I used to not like thicker creams, but it still sinks into the skin really, really well, so I do like that about this one. And again, it's just a little bit different formula, just depends on what you like. I normally tend to go with the gel ones, which is why I love the other one, but I don't know, I've just been in a mood for a little bit thicker, a little bit more, I feel like, moisture being put back into my skin. So far I like it. It doesn't really have a smell to me, so if you're worried about that, the other one has more of a smell than this one does. Alrighty guys, I moved you in just to be a little bit closer. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Double Duty Beauty. This is, I believe, a newer primer. It is a hydrating primer, and I want to say I've used this before, but I don't know that I love it. It's a little bit dirty. I apologize. I've got a bunch of foundation that's on it. There we go. So we're going to give this a shot. Again, I've only used this a few times. Not sure that I really like it, and this is the consistency. It's very runny, and it's, you know, I don't typically like primers like that because I don't think they pore fill, which is what I typically like to use. And this does have a little bit of a scent. It honestly has a nice, kind of reminds me of Moroccan oil a little bit. So, but it also reminds me of sunscreen. I think this is why I do not like this, or I didn't think I liked it, because it does remind me of putting sunscreen. Does this have sunscreen in it? It kind of smells like that. I think that's the smell. It smells like sunscreen. And again, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm just not loving it. But again, it's a different type of primer than I'm used to, so we're going to go ahead and, again, just try it, so why not? And then, guys, for concealer, my favorite of all time is the Shape Tape. And again, this is so gross. The packaging needs to be worked on, but it is one of my favorites. I am in the shade Light, and I'm almost out of it. I really need to replenish this a little bit more. And I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes to give me some coverage. And then I also like to cover my blemishes and red spots. I tend to get a few of those. Alrighty guys, next up we're going in with the Shape Tape Matte Foundation on top of that. And just like the concealer, it comes in a big doe foot applicator, so you can just kind of like dab it on. And then I'm going to take my brush. Lost my brush for a second, guys. Here we are. This is my F80 flat kabuki from Sigma. And if I remember correctly, I want to say this foundation like dries pretty fast, so I only do like one quadrant of my face at a time. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, But in person, again, the neutral shade leans just slightly yellow for me. And I think that's like why I haven't really picked up this foundation, is because it is my wrong shade. I'm like one shade off of this. I'm normally light beige, I think. So it does provide some coverage. It's not quite full. I may need to build it up if I wanted to get it a little bit more coverage on that side, but we're gonna go in and just do one first and just see how that looks. And then if we need another one, we'll go in for another round. Alrighty guys, so I've got it on my face. It's definitely, I would say, medium. I do not like how it's sitting on my skin. I almost feel like I can see the foundation very, very clearly on my skin. And again, I'm not sure. Like maybe that's why I didn't like this foundation. I can't remember. Again, I feel like I was on the fence about it. Mostly it's the color, because it definitely, it does not match. But we are gonna go ahead and set it anyway with the Tarte Shape Tape Powder Foundation. Again, Shape Tape everything. This does have a little bit of a tint to it, so it will provide a little bit more coverage, and that might be enough for what I'm looking for tonight. So, get my powder brush, we'll get this started. Alright, it looks a little bit better with powder. Definitely smoothed it a little bit, but I still feel like, again, I just don't know how I like that foundation. But we're going to keep going and move on to the next step. Sorry guys, I had to pause there. The pizza got delivered, so I took a little snack. Now we're going back in with the paint pot from MAC. This is in the shade Painterly. Well loved, my favorite eye base out there. And I'm still, guys, not loving this foundation. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's sitting on my skin really weird. And I think part of it is because I don't think the foundation is all that great for me. And I also think that the base, the base is a no-go. Like that's just, it's not, I need something that's thicker. I need something that's gonna make it really smooth for the foundation. So pore filling bases just tend to work best for me. Tackier bases, thicker bases, not anything that's that milky kind of consistency. That's just not gonna, I don't think that's gonna do it for my skin. Alrighty guys, we're gonna move on into the eye palette. Super excited. So this we're gonna keep, again, pretty basic. I'm gonna stay on this side and do these types of shades. So I'm gonna go in with this first one. This is called Beach Therapy. And it's this nice creamy matte here. Now these shades are actually, this is a big chunk of shadow that you're getting in this palette. So I like that. It's kind of a different palette. It's got a different kind of setup and layout. But I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and I am gonna tap off a little bit. There's a lot of fallout there, but that's okay. And we're just gonna go ahead and buff that crease out. And I'm just gonna kind of build this up on both eyes as well. This is a really pretty shade. Gorgeous transition color, really like it. And I think this would go well with a lot of the other colors, so you could do a bunch of looks with this palette. And I typically don't go that far outside of my comfort zone. Like I typically don't go for palettes that have so much color in them because I just don't tend to wear them. Like when I'm, I have a 9-to-5 job, so like I can't really wear crazy colors. I have to be very appropriate, being that I work a lot with different people in the community, so I have to just be on top of that, and I can't really wear funky colors. So I feel like being in quarantine right now during this pandemic, I've definitely got time to play with different colors, but we are gonna do just a neutral look tonight. But I promise I will come back and we will do a more fun blue shadow look from this palette, just because I want to test myself. I want to see if I can do it, and I wanted to really try to make it make a good look, because I am so afraid of doing crazy colors. But I want to get better at it, and I want to practice. I think it'll be fun to try. So question, did any of you guys pick this palette up? If you did, tell me in the comments below, are you enjoying it or are you not using it? Sometimes I buy palettes and they just sit and I think I'm going to use them and then I don't. This one I'm definitely trying to get more use out of. Next up, we are going to go in with another shade. It's another matte. It's the Aloha Beach. It's a little bit more of like a terracotta brown. Definitely has some rosy tones in there. And I'm still taking a fluffy brush. It's just a slightly smaller fluffy brush. And again, I'm just going to keep building that outer corner. And I'm going to come down a little bit as well and just try to buff it in. The shades are really pigmented. Like I'm really happy with what I'm seeing right now. They look really, really good and they're blending really nicely and they're holding their color. So I do like a lot of Tarte's shadows. I like a lot of Tarte makeup. I think they make some really good products. And of course, not everything is going to be a hit. Like I am not loving that primer. And I knew I didn't like it, but I was going to give it one more shot tonight. And I think I just know what it is. It's just not thick enough to do what I need to do, which is to really blur pores. I feel like I can see my pores so much, like all over, and I typically don't see them that much when I use other types of like pore filling primer. Alrighty guys, next up we're going to go in with this shade Galapagos. It's a nice shiny dark brown, and I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner of my eye, just kind of building this up in the corner to make it kind of like a dark shade. So far, I am loving this look. It's really pretty. I feel like it's a nice summer look too, even though technically I don't think we're quite at summer, but it certainly feels like it here in Florida. Oh my gosh, like it's weird. The weather has been very cool one day and very hot the next day. It's just been all over the place. And then of course you can't really go anywhere. Right now the beaches are closed, at least where I live in Tampa. You can't really go out. I know some cities in Florida have opened their beaches at this point. I think Jacksonville has, and people are flocking to the beach because that's what people do in Florida. So I don't know if Tampa's going to jump on that train or not, but we'll see. And I'm just going to buff that out, guys. Again, I've packed a lot of shadows on there. They're looking real good. Very, very pleased with this. Next up, guys, we're going to take Buried Gold, which is this really light gold shimmer glitter here, and I want to see if I can intensify this shadow. So what I'm going to do is take one of my MAC flat brushes, and I'm going to take my MAC Prep and Prime. This is a great little spray if you want to intensify your shadows. So I just spray it directly onto the brush, and then I dip right into the shade to pick that up. And let's see how it looks on the lid. Ooh, gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Definitely intensifies that. Makes it more of like a metallic gold on the eye. That's a gorgeous shade. Oh, I love it. Alrighty guys, so I've got the gold on. I'm going to go back in with Beach Therapy, just this neutral matte shade, just to go back into my crease and kind of buff out just a little bit more there. Again, I just want to do some blending. Alrighty guys, so the only thing that's not in this palette is there is no like brow bone highlight shade. So I am going to go in with my my Too Faced Natural Eyes, and I'm going to go in with this just white matte called Heaven, and I'm just going to pop that right on my brow bone, just again because I like to do that for my brow. I think it just adds a little bit, it finishes off the look. Alrighty guys, next up we're going to go in with the Goof Proof to finish off my eyebrows, give them a little bit of a fill in, and this is, again, I need a new one. I actually did purchase a new one. It's coming. I purchased in the Sephora VIB sale that just was here. When you guys are seeing this, this will probably be like, I don't know, maybe a week or two out from that sale. Let me know if you guys purchased anything. There were a ton of products that I wanted to get, but Under the current circumstances, I just can't justify buying a lot of makeup. I still purchased some stuff, but I didn't purchase a ton. And next up, guys, we're going in with the Give Me Brow from Benefit. Again, just to fill in those brows a little bit more and slick them down. But yeah, it's just a tough time right now, and again, I didn't want to spend a ton, so it's not a typical haul that I typically would do when I get my Sephora spring sale. I normally buy a good amount of items, especially items that are more luxury that I typically wouldn't purchase because you get a good deal on them. But it is what it is right now. Unfortunately, we've just got to deal with what we've got to deal with. Next up, guys, we are going into the Sex Kitten. This is from Tarte. And I really, really like this liner. It is a really stark black line, sorry. It is a stark black line. I almost like this better than, dare I say it, I almost like this better than my Kat Von D, which has been a go-to for a long time. The only thing about this is I haven't been able to test out the wear time on this when it comes to like going out and really doing things. Since we've been cooped up inside, I don't really know how the lasting power is, but it provides, it's a smooth line, it makes it easy to apply, and it just glides over the eyes, and it does it better than the Kat Von D one. So if it wears as long as that one does, this is going to be a favorite of mine. And it's super cute because it has a little cat head on it, and I just think that's adorable packaging. Next up, we are going to go straight into the Damn Girl mascara from Too Faced. Right now, this is my favorite, and again, I think I need to repurchase this, and I did not do that in the sale. I'm kicking myself now. Should have done that, so that was a missed opportunity, but I do like this. It gives me a little bit of a length, a little bit of a volume, and it is drying out a little bit, but this is the mini, and I've used it pretty consistently. I have not really changed my my mascara lately, so it gets a good use from me, and I really like it. I would repurchase this even in the full size, which I typically don't do, but I actually might because I like this one a lot right now. All right. Alrighty, I totally forgot to do bronzer, highlight, and blush, so we are going to go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is just a great little light bronzer that I love to use. This is a mini version, and again, you just can build this up. You can make it really heavy if you want to, or you can make it really light. And it smells really good. It smells like suntan lotion. So it reminds me of the beach. It's just a fun product. I do enjoy when some products put a scent. Like I love chocolate scent. I love Moroccan oil and beach scents, and I love good smelling suntan scents, but this one is just a favorite, and it's a pretty affordable one. You can get this at Target or the drugstore. I really like it. And you guys, I'm actually really happy with how this look came out. I know I'm not done, but I'm like, yes, this Tarte palette was good. So next up for blush and highlighter, I am taking my Becca. This is the Flower Child blush. It's a cute pink. And again, I've been pretty consistent with this. If you've seen any of my Get Ready With Me videos lately, I use this like every time. And it's just a nice flush. It goes with every look, so I don't feel like I have to go searching for a blush to match. It's just a natural pink, which I love. And then for highlighter, again, this is my favorite highlighter. This is the Champagne Pop, and I have used this so much. It just is a beautiful, like, kind of like golden with a slight hint of pink, but still pretty golden. Gives a nice pop on the cheeks. And I just feel like this is a bronzer or a highlighter I can't get away from. I just am really stuck with it right now, and I love it. Alrighty guys, we are going to go in with a lip paint. This is in the shade Low Key, and it's from Tarte. I am a big fan of their lip paints, and I can't remember how this one looks on me, but we're going to give it a shot. Very nude. actually really think this is a nude that looks good on me. A lot of nudes don't look good on me. Alrighty guys, this is the finished look. I actually really like this nude shade. Low-key actually, for me, I think gives me enough color. It doesn't wash me out and it's not like too orange. That's always like my problem with nudes. They lean a little bit too orange for me, but I really, really like it. And I am happy with this palette. Like it is really, like the shades are really, really nice. Definitely did not like that primer. I'm looking for it because I feel like it dropped. Here it is. This is the base tape. I do not recommend if you need pore filling or like thicker primers. It's just not working for me right now. And I'm not really a big fan of this. I feel like it dries me out way too much. Maybe it would work better under a better primer and maybe I should give it a shot, but also it's not my exact shade, and I don't know if you can even tell on camera, but I can tell just from like my lightness to my darkness, and I don't like it to look different, so I may not be using that foundation a lot. I may move on to something else. Alrighty guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!